guys, what a beautiful cloudy day today. Helps with the heat and the sun. Look at this beautiful butterfly on the coneflower. They do make the garden fun to be around, to watch all the insects doing their thing. Alright, back to the drawing board. Today's project, I am going to concentrate on removing, actually I'm going to cut these canna lilies down. They are about, I want to say, 8-9 feet tall. And this is the first year I literally just got a little bulb of a cutting from a plant swap that I went to, put it in the ground. And I thought I only got one, but I must have gotten two. And then I plant them literally right next to each other. And you can see they self-divided. Canna lilies, they are very, I guess, invasive, if you consider that. If you don't like them, they can populate and grow because they grow by rhizomes, so they spread very easily. So if you don't want them in the garden, I would suggest not putting them in there because it's kind of one of those things that's hard to try to find all the little rhizomes, and you won't know if you have anything in there until next year when you have these random plants popping up. But you can see it's actually taking up too much space, creating too much shade, and I did not realize they were this big. I feel like they're kind of like a banana leaf. That's kind of the structure that they are. And they are very big, and they're actually hiding my Japanese magnolia that's in here. It's trying to get some sunlight. You can see it's pushing growth. When I cut it back, you'll see what I mean. I mean, it's reaching, and it's really leggy trying to get sunlight. See? Look, those are the two stems right here. This one and that one that's trying to reach up past these cannas to get some sunlight. So what I would like to do is go in there, cut it all the way back, and then I'm going to dig up the rhizomes, and I am going to transplant them somewhere else into the garden. They do create an amazing hedge if you want them, kind of hide whatever you don't want shown. So I think I'm going to put them in the front of the entrance of the property. That way it kind of creates like a barrier so people can't look through it. And I just can't get over this butterfly. It really lets me get super close, like it's not scared of me. I can probably put my hand down and it'll eat out of my hand. But earlier today I was being very productive and I pruned back my Granny Smith apple tree. This is this tree right here. Basically I just limb it up. You can see I took a jigsaw cutter and the branches were probably 2.5 inches thick. So I kind of had to use the jigsaw to help because my pruners and all the other stuff, lofters, wasn't going to do it. So right here, look how big it is. Probably a good 2-inch right here. And I've created some scars and wounds, but you know, it'll heal. It's very mature, can handle a little bit of the issue. And look, another creepy crawly. You don't want these guys because they tend to be very prolific and eat your apples. Oh, speaking of apples, look at all my apples. I hate to see all of these go to waste, but the Granny Smith apple, I think it's too sour. Maybe I didn't let it grow and in enough, but you can see they just drop and they're monstrous, like softball size. This one I just cut, you can see it's it's still intact. The hubby couldn't eat it fast enough, and they actually, amazingly enough, they turn color very quickly. This is without any kind of spray or any kind of preservative. So fruits, when you grow them without any spray, they don't last very long in a sense that they don't look pretty. They turn brown very quickly. Literally, my husband had one. He was eating it, and before you can get to the other side, it was starting to brown. Like this one here, you can see starting to brown, but there's all kinds of big yummy fruit in here, and I hate for it to go to waste. I need a compost pile. So I'm going to pick all that up, clean up this area. That way I can underplant it with a couple things. I'm thinking maybe like the hydrangeas, the mophead, the one that can't handle sunlight. So it created this huge big opening canopy. This is what I pruned back. I feel like I almost cut down half the tree with all of the foliage compared to what's on the tree, but the structure seems nice. Kind of want it a little bit open, vase-like. It is super tall. I can't get up there, so I might have the hubby help me kind of bring it probably down a little bit, so then by next year when it pushes new growth, it'll be that tall. If I leave it like this, it's going to just keep on getting taller and bigger, and maybe that's a good thing too. It provides some good shade over here. I choose to limb it up because, one, the fruit was so heavy, it was actually too low, and the dogs were enjoying the apples over here. But I also have my Eden climber over here. Want to make sure that she gets enough sunlight so she can produce and be prolific and beautiful. So the Eden climber is really my main objective. Once these celosia, I think is what they're called, they self-seeded in here, so I'm not even sure I don't even know the variety. But once they bloom, I think I'm going to cut it back, making sure that I leave this area open just to make sure that Eden is doing her thing and climbing up this trellis and being beautiful. I have this grapevine over here. I'm not sure, this is probably not a good idea, but I did it anyways. I let it climb up here because it is completely rooted in. And I can't get it off the ground and out of this pot, so we have to wait until we either get an excavator or something really big to help us dig it out. But I'm digressing from what my original plan is basically just to prune things back. So this Granny Smith apple is pruned back, and basically she is in the shape that I want her to be. Sorry, I'm talking really fast, but her shape and her structure I think looks really nice. So I'm going to leave her like that, and then we are going to come over here and concentrate on the canna right here. So let's get started. Okay, so to help with this project, I've got two tools. I have the DeWalt jigsaw, and I just got this little knife divot thingy. This thing is really handy because you can stick it down, use it as a shovel, and it has all the measurements of the depth. So like if you need to plant a bulb or anything, it'll tell you here's 1 inch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. So that way you can dig it as deep as you want, and then you just put your bulb in there, and then you remove it. It's also a multi-tool where you can use the serrated knife on this side to cut things. And with the canna lilies, I think I can just use this because it's mainly just water and fiber. This was more for hardy trees and stuff, so I don't think I'm going to need this. That might be extreme. So I'm going to go in there and cut down a few, and then I will show you guys a closer shot. Alright, this is how tall it is, and I'm 5 feet tall. So, see? Let me use this saw. Alright, so one is cut back. Here's all the foliage. What I need is a spot where I can splice it all and then just use that as mulch. Look at all that open space back there. So it's kind of good that I removed it, because I remember I have a oh gosh, what is the name of this plant? Viburnum right behind it. And it needs full sunlight, and you could see, look at this, only one plant, and it grew this many just from planting this in the springtime, and you could see new suckers coming out. So now the difficult thing about it is trying to dig up this whole thing and seeing where the rhizomes are. Because you can see it just spreads out by rhizomes. Here's new ones here. These are all new ones. This is probably the original one, the mother plant, and then everything else around it. So it's going to be a pretty nice, big, hefty root system in here that I got to dig out. And then you can see it was kind of blocking all the space for this apple tree. This is, I think it's a Honeycrisp apple tree. It only had 3 fruit this year. It was struggling last year, and then with the high winds we had, it kind of blew over. So we had to resituate it, and it's doing well now. It's sending up a whole bunch of foliage. I need to come in, kind of prune it back, so keep it to size. And then here is I think this is the yellowbird magnolia, but I'm not quite sure until I actually see the flowers on it. But you can see, due to it not being able to get enough sunlight, it sent out these 2 stalks that literally was reaching to the sky trying to get it, and it's competing with the canna. So what I want to do is just remove it, so that instead of it being so leggy and just sending up shoots this way, it would kind of spread out a little bit. You can see all the foliage at the bottom here. And then it didn't get any more sunlight, so I had to reach up pretty high. So we're going to go in and cut that, and then we're going to dig up these 2. This is a bee balm, an older native variety. But it's really pretty, and the hummingbirds love it. It gets to be almost 5 feet tall over here. This is a Texas sage. It was actually blocking sunlight for this Texas sage, and I want the Texas sage to actually survive. Another thing from Texas, kudos to Texas. That's where my sister and my mom live. It should be the Texas star hibiscus. I cannot wait to see the flower on it. I hope that that's what it is, but I think those are either seedlings or cutting I received when I was in Texas at my sister's place. So we'll see once these guys have more sunlight how well they will do. You can see it open up that whole area. It's almost like a door being opened up. So we're going to go to the second one. I'll give you guys a closer look. Using the jigsaw was definitely a lot easier. I can cut, literally I just went in and shave it all down. The hand little knife thingy requires a lot of sawing, and it kind of made it hard because you had to saw it one at a time. You can see how thick they are, but they are just basically just water on the inside with fiber. So it wasn't like extremely hard to use the hand saw, but the jigsaw definitely made it go by a lot faster. Alright, you guys, gonna cut the base. Ready? Okay. And that is it. That's how quick this jigsaw can cut through the cannas. Now we just need to dispense it, throw it away. I'm going to dig them up and then we're going to place them somewhere else. So look at how much this area has opened up. There we go. See, now I can plant a whole bunch.